Today we're taking a look at the Hagstrom Fantomen. It's a signature guitar by one of the players of the band Ghost. I think I got this one in kind of bad shape. There was quite a bit of neck bow, visibly offensive. Action was high. Pickups were too high. It did not come set up very well. Took about 3/4 of a turn of the truss rod to get it back to almost straight. It's still not straight. And so I could get the action lower if I straighten it out, but with the action just up a little bit more, I forget how much extra sustain you get when, I forget how much extra sustain you get just by working a little bit harder. It doesn't really stand out any one way or the other about playing bad, playing good. Is it off balance? Is it heavy? It's not too heavy, it's not too light. It's just kind of in that sweet spot where you're not thinking about how comfortable it is or how uncomfortable it is. And I didn't even think about it till now. If it's not even a consideration whether or not it's comfortable to play, then I guess it is. The knobs, they're a little bit far away, and the pickup selector switch is kind of in a weird spot, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I'd like to talk about actually the pots. So you got the bridge at the very bottom, and then you got the neck up top, and that's fine, but it felt like I wanted the bridge, because most of us are playing in the bridge most of the time, to be closer to the bridge instead of having to reach all the way to the bottom to get to the bridge volume and the bridge tone. The pickup selector switch, it kind of comes at a weird angle as you flick it, and that's what she said. So it kind of comes at a weird angle when you flick it. Oh boy, I have a lot of trouble with that. And maybe that's for ergonomic purposes, but it didn't feel totally ergonomic, and it's not really a big deal to just kind of rotate it a little bit so that you get the angle that you like, but maybe they did that for a reason. I don't know, but I don't think it's right. It doesn't feel right, it doesn't look right. It's not for me. Also, if you're one of those guys that likes to do the fretboard tapping, that selector switch, that thing's gonna be right in the way. Noisy, you guys, with these designed pickups. Lundgren design, Duncan design. I know you gotta cut costs somewhere, and these sound really good. But once again, I'm in a situation where I'm trying to find the best sounding spot in the room so I'm not getting noise out of my pickups. I don't want to have to worry about that stuff. The tuners. They feel exactly like they do on my other Hagstrom, and the tuners seem to slip a little bit. And one indicator is I can just get the string where I want it, and then if I just tug on it a little bit, now it's flat. And it does that consistently, and it's done that consistently with my other guitar that I've had for many years now, and I still love that guitar, and I play it all the time. But that's a thing with these tuners, with the Hagstrom tuners. First thing you can try, buy some nut sauce. I think they call it nut sauce. I've had problems with tuners before, and it's actually just the slots in the nut that aren't cut totally correctly, and the string will get stuck there. So you just lube it up. You can do a pencil too, but the nut sauce, I've used it, it works, so you could try that before spending some extra money on some tuners. If that doesn't work, buy new tuners, because you got to stay in tune. I mean, don't be out of tune. The next thing I would do is buy new Lundgren pickups. I've been very vocal about how much I like the Fishman Fluence pickups, but I think Lundgren pickups are perfect on this guitar. Now, I know it's not the hottest gear, it's been out for a couple of years, but now that I'm doing these videos for all 10 of you guys out there, and maybe there's a girl or two mixed in there, who knows? I'd have no way of knowing. I figured, hey, well, why not do a video on this guy? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know. Hold on. So I got that whole review done and I edited it all together and I realized this is resoundingly negative. But my experience with the guitar wasn't resoundingly negative. In fact, by the time I was done with it, I really enjoyed playing that guitar. And I talk about it past tense because I borrowed it from a friend, and in the video for some reason I acted it like it was my guitar, but it's not my guitar. My friend Marcos lent me that guitar, just like he lent me the Solar guitar because he's a nice guy, and here I am talking a bunch of trash about it. But it's not all bad. In fact, you can't play some of that stuff that I played, or at least I can't play some of that stuff that I played in the video on a bad playing guitar. I just can't do it. I tried on the Solar. So here are some of the things that I really enjoyed about the guitar. First of all, it kind of felt like I was playing a Gibson neck. It's kind of a thicker, kind of meatier thing. Not like that baseball bat Jeff Beck Strat kind of thing, but just like a Gibson Explorer, only this has a 15-inch radius, whereas a Gibson Explorer has, I think, a 12. And this has jumbo frets, so it's very comfortable and fun to play, and familiar to a lot of us. It's got 22 frets, and the upper access isn't great, but that's not why you play this guitar anyway. You probably play it because you're a Ghost fan, but you don't even have to be a Ghost fan. I'm not, but I enjoyed playing this guitar. Oh, it's got a composite fretboard. I thought it was ebony, but it's not. It's a composite fretboard, and it's got a very interesting truss rod. You can go on the Hagstrom website and you can check out what the truss rod is and what it does. But it's a little bit different, and I think it's an interesting thing. It's beyond the scope of what I'm going to talk about right now, but you can go and check it out, and it's kind of cool. So there are some features on this. So there are some features on this guitar that I really enjoyed that I edited out or I didn't talk about initially, and that bothered me. So I'm doing it now, and I hope that helps. So that's my review of the Hagstrom Fantomen for the hottest gear in the hottest room. You think I can fake this? I can't fake this. All right, it's time for me to go take a cold ass shower.